Sarada is stronger than Boruto. I'm sure this will be a denial and nonsense, but I have a reason. Although this can't prove 100% that Sarada is stronger than Boruto, but if you see Boruto's fight against Hidari, Boruto was unable to defeat Hidari, then why in Chapter 10, Hidari can be defeated easily by Sarada? Shouldn't Boruto, who has power above Sarada, be able to beat Hidari easily? Then why Sarada, who has power below Boruto, can beat Hidari? So actually, is Sarada now stronger than Boruto? What do you think? But before that, welcome back again to my channel, Databeo. Predictably, this time we will be discussing the power of Sarada, Hidari, and also Boruto. But if you have a different perspective, I really appreciate it. So if you have another point of view on what I said, I'm very happy if you give your opinion. And by the way, it seems that a lot of viewers of this channel have not subscribed. So I ask for your help to click the subscribe button and help me reach 1,000 subscribers. Thanks, guys. Sarada is one of the most interesting characters for Boruto fans. In the 10th chapter story, Boruto fans are always wondering, including me, how Sarada can be strong enough to be equal to Kawaki and Boruto. It must be impossible, but there is something surprising. In the 10th chapter, Sarada was able to avoid Chidori from Hidari. You must know that Chidori is not a weak technique. Its use must use a very fast attack speed in order to attack the opponent without allowing the opponent to avoid the Chidori. But what we have seen before, Sarada was able to avoid Chidori's attack. But with that, is it Hidari who is weak? Or Sarada who is getting stronger? Then if Hidari is strong, how strong is Hidari really? And as we know, Hidari is not Sasuke Uchiha. And in my opinion, he is more than Sasuke. Why is that? Hidari is a clone created from Sasuke's chakra. He has some of the power of Jubi. Chakra code derived from the power of Atsuki's karma and the two eyes of Rinnegan. So, Hidari actually has powers that cannot be underestimated. This makes me quite surprised. How could Sarada dodge Chidori's attack? Based on the information in the 10th chapter, Jura said that people who are eaten and turned into trees will be used as food. Sasuke's chakra is now used as food for Shinju. If we assume that all of Sasuke's chakra absorbed by Shinju is used for Hidari, we cannot directly say that Hidari's strength will be equivalent to Sasuke, because the entity may not necessarily use Sasuke's original body. For the record, the white Zetsu created from Shinju also has the ability to duplicate a person's appearance by absorbing their chakra and copying their chakra signature. So, what we see now in Boruto is actually nothing new. I'm pretty sure that Hidari is much stronger than Sasuke, as we can gauge his power level when he manages to avoid Kawaki's Black Rod. But if we compare when Sasuke fought against Jigen, Sasuke was always hit by Jigen's Black Rod attack. Sasuke himself admits that the shooting speed of the Black Rod cannot be seen using his Sharingan eyes. This means that Hidari, who was able to avoid Kawaki's attack, can be said to be much stronger than the old Sasuke. We can also judge Hidari's strength from his fight against Boruto. This is where the main debate lies in analyzing Sarada's strength, and because of that we can conclude that most agree that Hidari has strength equivalent to Boruto, because he was able to cancel out Boruto's Rasengan attack. This can only happen when two opposing forces of the same power level collide. This will result in one power negating the other. If Hidari is said to be equal to Boruto, then doubts will arise. How can Sarada attack Hidari to the point of being able to injure him, while Boruto, who is much stronger than Sarada, is not capable? The debate about Sarada's power gets even more complicated when we first see Sarada's reaction when Code comes to Konoha village. At that time, Sarada looked like she was tense or scared to face Code. From the look on her face, she seemed to be experiencing anxiety when Code was in front of her. Perhaps this was natural because for Sarada, she knew that Code had great power. Sarada respected Code's strength, so she could immediately know that she would not be able to fight Code, especially since Code came to Konoha with many troops. It was different when she faced Hidari. Sarada didn't know how powerful Hidari was. Sarada only knew that there was an intruder entering Konoha village. When she was directly confronted with Hidari, all she could think about was how to survive Hidari's attack. And finally, naturally, Sarada managed to avoid Hidari's attack. That means Sarada, who is not influenced by negative thoughts and insecurities about her own strength, can be much stronger than Code. But when compared to Boruto, Boruto is actually much stronger than Sarada because we have seen for ourselves how Boruto can defeat Code in the 3rd chapter. Boruto was able to withstand Code's attack with one hand. That is incredible physical strength. Plus, when he uses Rasengan Yuzuhiko, it has changed everyone's view of Boruto's strength. Until now, the fandom is still confused about what happened to Code when fighting against Boruto. They are still wondering whether Rasengan Yuzuhiko actually made Code unable to attack Boruto, or at that time Boruto continued to use his Hiraishin technique to avoid Code's attacks. I myself believe that it was the initial effect of Rasengan Yuzuhiko. Then you also need to know that Boruto's physical strength is much stronger than Code's physical strength, who has used his Karma mode. Besides that, Boruto also has a much faster speed than Code, who uses his Karma mode. Ida has also said that Shinju's strength cannot be matched by Code. That means Shinju has power above Code. To summarize, Code's strength is indeed much stronger than Jigen, but he is not stronger than Demon. So, he's only a little stronger. Now there is a possibility that Sarada is at a level almost similar to Code. He had strength above Jigen and was probably on par with Demon. Then, is Sarada stronger than Hidari? In my opinion, Sarada is not stronger than Hidari. It's just that Sarada is still able to hurt Hidari but can't defeat him directly. For now, Sarada still has to unlock her power even more to be able to defeat Hidari. What happened in Sarada's battle against Hidari was purely due to the power of her Sharingan. The reason why Chidori is used in conjunction with the Sharingan is because the Sharingan's ability can increase the user's speed beyond what the ordinary eye can see. This makes the Sharingan user able to counterattack when they get a surprise attack. That is why Minato once advised Kakashi to never use his Chidori again. But luckily Kakashi got the Sharingan from Obito, so the Chidori he had created was not in vain. Hidari was basically too early for a fight. He still had to learn from every attack made by his opponents. The more Hidari observed how the shinobi fought, the more techniques he would master. Or it could be that Hidari was actually restraining himself from using great strength. Many fans think that this restraint means that Hidari still has Sasuke's feelings in his conscious mind. But it's actually not like that. The restraint was probably because Hidari was thinking about fighting the shinobi. He thought that that kind of strength alone was enough to defeat them. However, after he saw Sarada's reaction, he would start to rethink that the opponent he was facing could not be underestimated. Then the portion of power that Hidari would expend would be increased even more in the next battle. So, has Sarada exceeded Sasuke's current strength? In my opinion, for now Sarada does not look balanced with Sasuke, who is full of power, because we also haven't seen Sarada being able to use susano'o. When susano'o is released, we can immediately conclude that Sarada may have the same strength as Sasuke. Then what do you think? And that's some analysis and also our predictions this time about the power of Sarada, Hidari, and also Boruto. If you have other opinions, please give your opinion. Thank you for like and subscribe. iits'Nime. See you in the next video. Bye bye, Databeo.